We spent a lot of time trying to get information out there about upcoming elections. We talked to a lot of different people about a lot of different things here, and one of the races that's caught a lot of attention here in Calhoun County is that of the district court race for 10th District Court between Dan Busher and Tracy Tomac, and I thought we'd get a little information about the courts, and I have asked retired Calhoun County Probate Court Judge Gary Reed to join us this morning. Gary, it's nice to have you here this morning.
Great to be here. Thank you.
I haven't seen you in hours. We're doing the War of the Worlds together, volunteering at Great Escape Stage Company.
And Tim is terrific, I might add.
Gary is terrific. Everybody in the cast was terrific, and I think the audience thought so last night. It was nice to see some radio listeners out there, too, and talking with them a little bit at halftime, or I guess intermission, they call it in theater. Yeah, it was a fun thing to recreate, wasn't it?
I had a great time. I really did.
Yeah, we're going to do it again tonight. I think there are still a few tickets left, but don't wait too long. It's not a gigantic theater. But a little black box set up, and we've got our vintage microphones set up, and we'll show up in period costumes and pretend like we're in 1938.
The sound effects are great, too.
Yeah, that's always the fun part of these old-time radio shows, creating the sound effects. Well, you've been retired, I want to say, about close to 7 years now, haven't you?
It's going on 7, yes.
Yeah, and you were a probate county judge, but tell us a little bit about your career in law and also here in Calhoun County.
My career in law, I began my career as a corporate attorney right here in Battle Creek for Federal Home Life Insurance. And later I was in-house counsel for a company in Illinois Mutual. And I did that for about 12 years, 13 years. And then I moved back to Michigan and opened up my own practice in Battle Creek. I was a defense attorney for approximately 6 years. And then I took a job as the juvenile court referee, which is like an assistant judge. And when Judge Brundage decided to retire, I ran for probate judge and was elected and served for 16 years.
Oh, well, that's pretty long tenure on the bench there in probate court. And that kind of takes me to my next question, too. You know, I was getting my hair cut down at the hair shed yesterday with Ken Bennett, and he cuts hair over at the jail, the Justice Complex. And he said, you know, until I started doing that, this was years ago, but he said, until I started doing that, I didn't really realize all the different courts we have and all the different things that they do. And I said, yeah, I'm with you. I'm just starting to kind of get a grip on that myself. What are the different courts that we have here in Calhoun County, and what do they do?
Well, there's 3 basic courts, circuit court, district court, and probate court. The circuit court is the highest of the 3. The probate court is equal to the circuit court. And then the district court serves as a funneling system to the circuit court. They also do have their own jurisdiction, and they do various things. It's primarily a criminal court. The vast majority of the work in district court is preliminary to major felonies. They also do misdemeanor work. They do civil work. They do many landlord-tenant cases, those kinds of cases. They do lower-level civil disputes. So when you do they have small claims court. So it's a variety of activities that the district judge must hear.
A lot of different things, and in fact, if heaven forbid there was a murder last night, the district court judge would probably be handling the preliminary exam or the arraignment, or
both probably. They have magistrates that assist in that, but nonetheless, arraignments are their responsibility, and preliminary examinations are their responsibility.
How does family and juvenile court fit into this picture? You mentioned the 3 main courts.
Well, family court is a creation that's probably been, I'm going to say, 15 years now in Michigan. And what they did basically was create this branch of circuit court, and that's where I worked the majority of my career on the bench. I was a probate judge, but nonetheless I was assigned to the circuit court and worked there doing family law. Family law, again, encompasses many different things. Abuse and neglect cases when kids are being abused or neglected, delinquency cases when juveniles break the law, also personal protection orders. There's a variety of different things, adoptions. Those are all handled in the family court.
In juveniles, unless they are going to possibly be tried as an adult, they really don't ever cross paths with the district court?
No, they usually don't cross paths with the district court unless they're being treated as adults.
I see. So really, juveniles have nothing to do, really. People under 17 have nothing to do in district court.
Correct.
Okay.
Driver's licenses, that sorts of things, if there's driving violations, those can occur in district court, but the vast majority of things are handled in the family court.
Yeah, not criminal.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that kind of gives us a little bit of a picture of what's going on there. Several area judges in Calhoun County have actually come out and made endorsements in this particular race between Dan Busher and Tracy Tomac. That's kind of rare in this county, isn't it?
Yes, especially for sitting judges to do that. I'm retired now, and I feel that I have an obligation to inform the public as to what my feelings are. I was very much and still am very much invested in the system, and I think we have an excellent system here in Calhoun County, one that I'd like to see preserved.
Yeah, in fact, they take surveys. It's like a restaurant or something where they do customer service surveys. And I believe the last one that they've compiled was in 2015, so 3 years ago. But what it came out, this is the State Court Administrative Office. They do these annual surveys. So in 2015, they took a survey of 25,000 respondents, and 93% said they were treated with courtesy and respect. 87% said they were able to get their business done in a reasonable time, and 83% said they thought their case was handled fairly. So that kind of backs up what you said. You think we have a pretty good court system right here, and it's pretty good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
That's how I feel.
I mean, certainly, you can always make a few tweaks and improvements and new ideas, and there have been, ideas too, like drug courts and stuff like that.
The specialty courts are really a good thing, I believe. They've taken certain issues that repeat themselves in the criminal or in the justice system and specialize those areas so that judges can gain expertise, so that new programs can be developed to assist these people, whether it's drug court or military court. Those are the kinds of things that I think are very innovative, and we have several of those here in this county.
We do, and both candidates have been very supportive of those kind of courts, both Tomac and Busher. I think Tomac wants to expand the drug court area perhaps, and if we pass this proposal 1, that's going to be kind of a moot point, or a lot less than it is now. Would you agree?
I would agree, yes.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to pass or not, but if it does, that would certainly take a lot of weight off the court in terms of these marijuana arrests and cases.
Yeah, I'm not certain how many we have of those types of cases during the course of a year, but certainly that would help. The specialty courts do take money to finance, though.
And we have
and to
4
set
right
up.
now, I think,
Yes.
don't we? 4 of those right now. And so adding, there's administrative costs. You have to have a lot of costs to do that, right?
Right.
And, somebody told me the other day that we don't have enough providers right now, service providers in treatment areas, to handle what we got now.
There certainly have been cuts in recent years to all the service providers, and I'd like to see that trend reversed myself. I think we need more assistance. We can build better programs, and when we build better programs, then we can service the community that much better.
Retired Judge Gary Reed is our guest this morning. I mentioned several judges have kind of breaking from tradition here in Calhoun County, Gary, and they've actually come out endorsing candidate Dan Busher. That includes Chief Judge Mike Jackinet, Chief Judge Pro Tem John Hallisey, Circuit Judge Tina Yost Johnson, Chief District Judge Franklin Line, also District Court Judge Sam Durham, District Court Judge Paul Beardsley, Chief Probate Judge Gary Reed, retired, and also retired Judge Conrad Sint. That sounds a lot right there. That the other people who are already in the system have an opinion, and normally they don't bring that opinion out. But why are you coming out and endorsing it? You did mention it's easier when you're retired.
Well, I think you're in a better position to endorse people when you are retired, rather than actively sitting on the bench. But as far as endorsements go, I mean, we work in the system every day. A judge gets to see all the attorneys that practice in his or her particular court, and you assess the attorney's skills and attitudes during the course of many years sometimes. And in this particular case, I decided that I needed to endorse Dan Busher. And the reason was simple. He has the experience that is required of the job. He's been an attorney for over 30 years in this county. He has demonstrated both on the defense side and on the prosecution side his ability to be fair, and his level of integrity is excellent.
In fact, both of these candidates are very likable, decent people.
Yes, they're both very good people. It's just a matter of who can do the job better, and I believe Dan can clearly do that better.
There's a concern that we may lose a district court judgeship and be down a person, and that would increase the workload. What's the workload like now?
Well, I can't really say because I don't know the district court numbers, but I know when I was on the bench, the probate court and the family court where I worked were very, very busy, and we had, when I retired, they eliminated that judgeship.
So it's even busier.
Which absolutely shocked me. I must say that.
Yeah, I know. And we've all kind of been there where we've seen, they eliminate a job and you think, my goodness, that person did so much. How in the heck can they even do that? But it's a busy thing. And like you mentioned before, it's kind of a funnel for the circuit court, almost like directing traffic, figuring out which cases have enough evidence to proceed further, which don't. It's a very busy thing. The Calhoun County Bar Association polled its members on the upcoming race, and 85 area attorneys responded. So most of those are probably defense attorneys, probably 70 of them.
Yes, probably. There are about, I'm going to estimate, about 15 prosecutors in the county, and the remainder of those people would be people who would be practicing attorneys.
And, it's very telling. The legal community, 83.5% said Busher was qualified. Most of those said highly qualified. 8% said he was not. 53% said Tomac was qualified, but 38% said that she was not. 53% said Tomac was, or when asked to rate interpersonal skills such as courtesy, attentiveness, patience, and respect for parties, 82% said Busher was qualified. 58% thought the same of Tomac. Regarding judicial temperament, such as impartiality, integrity, and decisiveness, nearly 80% gave Busher high marks. Tomac had a 52% favorable rating, but 40% also said she was not qualified in that area of impartiality, integrity, and decisiveness. And the greatest difference in the poll, perhaps, was the area of professional qualifications, such as legal ability, knowledge, and experience. Busher garnered a 88% favorable rating. Tomac had 48%. So that kind of backs up what you have observed seeing them in court.
Well, Dan has worked both as a defense attorney and as a prosecutor. Ms. Tomac has only worked as a defense attorney. And I think that when you're a prosecutor, you are in the business of criminal law every day of the week. That is your job, and most defense attorneys take a variety of different kinds of cases, not only criminal, they take civil cases as well.
And I'm told district court processed 41,000 cases last year in Calhoun County. So that's a lot. I mean, do the math, divide that by 5 days a week, you know, that's busy.
Yes.
It's very busy. Well, Gary, we appreciate you taking some time out to come over here this morning in the rain and talk a little bit about our district court system. It looks like we've got two good people running, but it looks like, if you agree with the members of the Bar Association, it looks like one has more experience and qualifications than the other.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks again. Retired Judge Gary Reed, our guest this morning.